You have been classified. Category, Observer Mode. Watches more than acts. Studies more than builds. Consumes more than creates. Action output, low. Experience gain, limited. Future projection, loaded. Years watched. Others advanced. Position unchanged. Decision required. Enter the game, or keep watching.
Don't think. Just do.
Wait. You have reached a digital resting point. Why not take a break?
And we're live. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to the Rethink Tank Live. Today, we're starting off with a bullfighting tragedy. The king of bullfighting has taken quite an interesting injury, and it's going to provoke some fun dialogue. And then we're just going to go from there. We're going to try a new format where instead of just 3 hardline topics, we're going to try to cram in as much as we can in today's episode. So without further ado, let's dive right in. That being said, let me introduce you to Jose Antonio. He, first of all, Tushy looks pretty tight in those pants.
Nice outfit, Mike.
It's almost like they're asking for it. It's just the pillows looking for popping.
I like that.
But anyway, he goes by the king of bullfighting. And he really wanted to show off that crown. This recently happened in Spain. What's wild is how sophisticated and elaborate exactly these stadiums are. Yeah. These stadiums are huge, and it's what they pour the most of their like community money. This is like pivotal entertainment there.
Can I ask a definitely not culture question? Is this tradition mainly in Spain?
Yes, well, it started in Spain. Like you said, they have the running of the bulls. So that's I think like February,
yes,
March. So they do the running the bulls in the streets, bullfighting and matadors and that whole kind of sport, or I guess the many sports that surround bulls have always been a part of the Spanish culture. And then as the Spanish culture conquered and took over, like it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. Like Mexico and other Latin American countries were conquered by the Spaniards, therefore have flavors of the Spanish culture in those countries. But then there's that like love-hate relationship. You don't love your master that conquered you. So they don't appreciate Europe or Spain. Right. And so once they kind of were able to break away to their own, liberty and identity, they kind of cast that. So like Mexico, we're going to get into it, but I've been to a bullfighting match in Mexico, cool. And I have a very strong opinion about bullfighting. Okay. But that being said, it's illegal in Mexico now.
Really?
In Spain, it's not. However, in Spain, there's portions where they've become more, you'd say westernized or liberal to it, and they've kind of outlawed it, but it hasn't gone away. It's just gone into the more rural areas of Spain. So That being said, again, Jose Antonio Morante Camacho, the king of bullfighting. Impress us.
Otra repetición.
I didn't want to keep the audio on because, we get in trouble, YouTube things, but I just love the It happens so fast. Just he's got the brain, and I
got an enema.
But I'll tell you what, the TV version, they saw it all. The people live in their living room, they're like, take that back.
Take that back, King.
They saw it all.
Take that back, King.
Yo. It's the Supermaning for me.
If you noticed, though, the first video you showed, they zoomed in on his pants, and there was just a hole where he must have just gotten rammed by that horn.
He's like, oh, my bum.
Yo!
Look, right there, the hole.
My bum.
Austin
Powers would have said something like, does that make you horny, baby?
Oh, no. And it's just so, like...
You look very agile there.
King of bullfighting.
You call that a good open field tackle.
a good open field tackle. Well, someone had to come out ahead.
Like the poor guys that get in there after to kind of like spread it out and it just focuses on one. You can tell he's like, son of a bitch.
If there is a silver lining to the story, Jose is recovering. He is okay. He hopes that he's able to strongly recover and get back out there. He looks like, a Spanish John Belushi.
Looks
or
like Elvis.
Dude, nailed it. Yeah.
Or Belushi, yes.
it's got
I
that
see
parrot
Belushi.
nose.
Yes. Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah.
Jim Belushi. Yeah. Wow. Both of them. Both of them have that.
It was a comedian that got his nose really big because he was doing stuff. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Artie Lang.
Yeah. His nose
He
kind of
skis a lot with his nose. But the story surrounding this kind of is bigger than the bullfighting because now people want to question, is this a time for us to really start re-examining this practice? And there was something you had said before the show, and I didn't really respond to it because you had said something along the lines of like, I think it's admirable or something or whatever. Or something.
yeah.
I detest bullfighting.
Mhm.
When I went to a bullfight as a kid, we get there.
How young were you? Just curious.
I had to be like 8. So
Oh, really?
also
wow.
way too young for this.
Well, I was going to say when you said it's outlawed now in
But
Mexico.
but
I was
also
like, man, how long
acknowledge
was this?
that to an 8-year-old Mexican, that's just like going to a basketball game.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So
This is
my
kickoff on
plus,
Sunday.
what did we just see? Okay, I want to acknowledge what Americans and the Western culture, and really just outside of the Spanish culture, what you think bullfighting is, right? And you kind of, okay, get the parrot man off of here.
Get the rodeo clown out.
You think it's just like a guy with a tarp and kind of like, huzzah, it isn't this.
No.
It starts with this part of the it's a whole show, right? It's a whole experience. Part of it is a cape and a ball, but
Okay.
that's just a minute. Like that's kind of just how it starts. It's like the foreplay to the show. We just kind of and then they're like, bring me my spear.
It's a play in 3X.
And then they have this spear that's literally like 7-8 feet long with a giant machete blade at the end. And this thing just keeps running by as they just keep stabbing it.
Okay.
And you are watching a bull
Get butchered.
bleed to death. Bleed to death. It's alive in the pit, and you're watching it just another hole, and this thing's getting drunk, like tired, and you're, dude. If you have any sense of empathy,
Mhm.
you can't sit through this thing. It's gut wrenching to the point where I detested just the thought, even the word bull. Anybody in my family, my dad, my uncle went with us. So it was my dad, my uncle. Anybody that said the word, I'd punch my uncle. He'd be like, bull, huh? And I'd punch. I didn't want to think about it. I couldn't stand it. It scarred me at 8 years old. Quickly, it didn't take many years beyond that to get beyond a child's but dude,
It's a weird eye-opening thing at 8.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know that. Like, for instance, you just mentioned it to me. I didn't even know that was part of it.
And wait, part of it, the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
To show up and be like, wait, bring the cape back out.
Yeah,
that
bring
shit
that
was
guy.
way more fun. That's not even a fraction of it.
And when I said admirable, I meant it more in the light of like Johnny Knoxville also getting into a cage with one of these, like for like a stunt, without knowing that portion of it. I'm completely ignorant. That's why I initially started. I was like, is this just Spain or is this like a bigger? I didn't even know illegal in Mexico. Like I find that now hearing this, I'm like, I kind of get it.
I actually only thought it was in Spain. I'm surprised Mexico had it for a while. I actually thought it was just a Spain thing.
Well, you gave me the history lesson on like Spain conquers.
Well,
so I'm
and-
like, okay, yeah, that actually makes sense.
And what's even funnier is going to Spain, where the more city-like liberal areas have outlawed it, right?
Mhm.
So it's been pushed more rural, but the sport itself is still as strong as ever. You go to Barcelona. Okay, Barcelona's like the New York City of Spain, right? It's the more liberal, hopping, younger area, and it's outlawed. So in the center of Barcelona, where like all four corners of this city converge, like the main streets, do a roundabout around this huge bullfighting ring that they turned into a mall. Dude, the mall.
Hot Topic.
Yes.
And a Spencer's.
Everything. And Spencer's gifts.
Right. Okay.
And, you know, I'm sure Jose Antonio Maraco Kamchaka would also shop at Spencer's because they got butt plugs there.
Oh, boy.
Oop. Oop.
Sorry, Jose.
Jose.
Not our Jose.
Hip, hip, hey. It's good. I think more than anything,
I'm just glad it didn't kill him.
it's but it's the Superman.
Yeah.
Like, you just,
He got suplexed.
it happens. You,
He got suplexed by a butt plug.
up. Well, I think he'd prefer that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the damage that does.
Oh, I mean, that's like the ACL injury for him.
I think he'd take an ACL injury.
I think his gluteus maximus is quite sore.
It's something. It's something.
Oh, man.
Hey, I like not even a stretcher.
Yeah. We are the stretch.
Yeah. Stabilize his back. Stabilize his back.
The whole time a clown's just like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Meanwhile, the bull's still going after another guy now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Look at that
Well,
hair,
just
dude.
like Gaddafi, this is how the kings go down. Oh.
No, I'm curious. I don't know if you know the answer.
They
to
did
this
a
question.
replay on TV. Why'd you do that? Well, not like this.
This is on-
Why'd they do that?
They put this on the Spanish ESPN, not top 10.
Yeah. He is now the queen of bullfighting.
No, I don't expect you to know this question. It's a very specific one. But do you know when it was made illegal in Mexico? Was it shortly after you were there as a child? I can't imagine it was that shortly after. I mean, at 8, it's probably still pretty popular there enough.
Mexico City bans violent bullfighting in 2025.
Okay, there's a reason.
So again, it may not be nationally illegal.
But maybe like the bigger liberal cities, like you said, they've kind of outlawed it.
So as of April 2025, traditional bullfighting involving a killing or injuring of bulls is banned in Mexico City and several Mexican states, including Sonora, Guerrero, Coahuila, Quanto Roo, and Sinaloa.
Sonora is okay with not having bullfighting, but is okay with all the cartels. Okay. Good
Well,
to know
I
their
mean-
priorities are.
That's what you get when you have a president from God's chosen people.
Like the last name.
Winning never stops.
What's her last name? Like Weinstein or something?
Yay. But who's counting? She's Mexican as heck. Definition Mexican. I think it's time to pivot.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
okay.
Right,
Yeah,
Ricky?
well,
What do you think? So I think the best place to pivot,
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep.
the Iranian war, right? I think just go right into it. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
So a lot of buzz on the internet this week that Tucker Carlson should be president. Well, first,
I used to think that, like,
controlled
Yeah.
opposition. Sure, he's saying some great stuff, but let me remind you all that his son is like a lead staffer for JD Vance. So recognize they're all fingers of the same hand. He may be criticizing an administration that he's also significantly benefiting from.
Isn't his father, not to cut you off, wasn't his father?
Yeah, go ahead. What?
Wasn't his father in some 3-letter agency as well? Am I
Yes.
mistaken? Okay.
Yes. So here's Tucker Carlson talking about a false flag event that God's chosen people, their hand was just caught in the cookie jar. And you're not going to see it reported on national news. That's why you come to the Rethink Tank.
Now, that wasn't a risk from the Israeli standpoint. That was the point. That was the point. They wanted to diminish the Gulf, and in 2 days they have. And I think anyone who likes decency and order and cleanliness is hoping that the Gulf will recover. The Gulf is not a threat to us. We have military bases in these countries. These are some of our closest allies. All of them are closer allies than Israel, by far. They're our friends, but they've been really hurt.
Safe.
And in a place like Dubai, which is basically it's part of a country, it's an emirate within the United Arab Emirates, but it's also it's a luxury brand, basically. People go to Dubai because it's beautiful and rich and clean, and above all, because it's safe and orderly. It's got the busiest airport in the world. You start seeing video on Instagram of smoke in the Dubai airport, and you're like, I think I'm going to Cabo this year. Oh, sorry, drug cartels. Whatever. Maybe you go to Sedona this year. It really, really hurts these countries. And Israel wanted to hurt these countries. That's the point. Wanted to hurt these countries. Wanted to sow chaos and disorder because they are rivals of Israel. So it's probably not, hasn't been reported, but it's a fact that last night in Qatar and Saudi Arabia, authorities arrested Mossad agents planning on committing bombings in those countries. Now, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Why would the Israelis be committing bombings in two Gulf countries, which are also being attacked by Iran? Aren't they on the same side? No. Israel wants to hurt Iran and Qatar and UAE and Saudi and Bahrain and Oman and Kuwait. And they've succeeded.
Yo, I don't know if this is just one real good Shakespearean play or this dude's trying to get himself killed. But
Tucker himself.
Yeah, but at least somebody's saying something. Ricky, were you about to say something?
No, I was reading that comment and I was just giggling.
Well, here's what's interesting. We're not getting the full story, obviously, ever. But when I find this to be a major development. And when these major developments happen, you don't see, one, the ostriches throw their head in the sand. Mm-hmm. The people that think they have a full idea of this global dynamic, they want to ignore it. And they're not out here looking for it. This isn't the first false flag event. Clearly, we have many more to come. We've been forced to re-examine our history to start seeing how many of them are truly, how many major political events have been false flag events in the past. And speaking of which, as we go and blow up over here, you forget, it just is the perfect distraction away from the Epstein files and all of the major corruptions we've been finding, like Nick Shirley. We were talking about the Nick Shirley Act. He just got caught in Cuba. He went there to try to do some, investigative journalism, expose something, and they confiscated all of his camera equipment and sent him back. At the same time, somebody was pointing out, like, what are the odds of him going there and doing that right when Trump's going to, like, do this thing to Cuba? It's like, you guys are just now realizing the guy's a Fed. Right. Like, yes, he's a Fed. Like, we know that.
How, no offense, how can that kid afford Cuba with all that equipment and a whole team to go out there?
The important question is, how can he get to Cuba when there's a fuel crisis in Cuba and flights aren't even flying to or from Cuba?
Exactly. Well, I like this kind of transition because bringing us back to the bigger point of it all makes you feel like Gladiator over here, makes you feel like people are dying to protect the Epstein files. That's the whole game. And finally this week, one of the cooler or more interesting developments was Marjorie Taylor Greene coming out and kind of spilling the beans, pulling back the curtain on what happened when we were reporting on the show when she decided to step down. We were all kind of speculating what it could be, but we didn't know. Well, now we've got at least her official story on it.
Is the NDA out?
No, you never know.
So, wow. When we started talking about releasing the Epstein files, I'm like, this is a no-brainer. President Trump will just roll them out on a big cart himself. stacks and stacks and stacks of the Epstein files because obviously Bill Clinton is all in there and Hillary Clinton. That's what I had been told all along, right? Well, it was the most shocking thing when I sat in a conference meeting and I learned that the president didn't want to release the Epstein files. I was like, what?
Paint me shot.
Yeah, come to find out, he was very much against it. So we kept on trying and kept on talking about it. And then the president told Mike Johnson, no, do not bring that resolution to the floor for a vote. He told the Rules Committee, and Johnson told the Rules Committee, no, you will not mark up any bill in the Rules Committee that will allow the Epstein files to be released. And the resistance built and built and built. He told Pam Bondi, don't release the Epstein files. He told everybody, don't release the Epstein files. So we persisted. Because that's what we promised. That's what we campaigned on, transparency and accountability, especially to pedophiles. How is that complicated? So it got to be such a gigantic amount of resistance coming from the president and the speaker and everyone, the DOJ. I said, fine, I'll do the unthinkable. I'll go over there and I'll sign my name on a discharge petition that all the Democrats are signing their name on. Talk about crossing the aisle. Me, a general in the MAGA army, crossing over to sign my name with a bunch of Democrats.
Yuck.
Yeah, I did. Because women were raped when they were 16 and 14 years old. And he was a convicted pedophile, and we knew there were many with him. So I signed my name on the discharge petition. Oh, did I get my name on the naughty list then? Let me tell you. That became a real issue at the White House. Well, I'll never forget it. I was in my office in the Rayburn building, and I got a phone call from the president. And he was at the White House, and he wanted to talk to me about the discharge petition that I'd signed my name on.
How that went.
That Macron lady, she's pretty. She's pretty, right? She's pretty. Sure, Mr. President.
He said, Marjorie,
doesn't even talk about it.
You're going to have to take your name off that discharge petition. We can't let, this is a hoax. We can't carry this. This is a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. And we've got to just put this away and stop doing this. And he said, my friends are going to get hurt. He said his friends would get hurt if we released the Epstein files. He said, Marjorie, these are good people. These are people you know at Mar-a-Lago. People in Palm Beach. They're going to get.
I'm finding out today that people can do the worst thing of all the things. List, skydiving, stealing from Walgreens, list of all the things. If you put them best to worst things, you could literally do the worst thing in human existence, and the president will still be like, they're good people.
I thought you went from skydiving to shoplifting. Those are on
well, don't worry. There's things that are way lower on the list, too. It's kind of what I kind of picked some things moderately in the middle. There's things better than skydiving, too, you know. So I kind of picked things moderately in the middle so you could get, I don't know, an idea of how the scale works.
The spectrum.
Yeah, I think you're picking up on it.
Hurt by this. And I said, Mr.
Ricky,
I don't think a lot of people know what goes on at Mar-a-Lago. Like, you should have had that picture that you had for the show.
You talking about when they had the furry party?
Yeah, bro. I didn't like I didn't know like they really be getting down like that.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm pulling it up again just for the sake of continuity and for people to know that Ricky don't lie. I gotta at least show I've got and for the people that are listening, the audio only version, sorry, just so you know, it's dog people waltzing around a pool at a gala at Mar-a-Lago. But hey, stand strong.
Bro, they're all part of the files, bro. They're all little weirdos.
You know what's funny is they were having that gala going on, and they probably had like a golf event happening too. So you know the golfers probably looked over and were like, what's going on?
I don't know, dude, but I'm about to bogey.
Yeah. How am I supposed to chip with that going on?
A lot of howling in the back.
Ricky's like, I was actually aiming for the UPS truck this time. Marjorie, take it away.
President, people have been hurt. These women have been hurt.
Duh.
I said, have you talked to them? I said, you should talk to them. You should have them in the Oval Office, Mr. President. You have everybody in the Oval Office. You have sports teams. You have world leaders. You have Al-Qaeda terrorists that are now leading Syria. You have Mom Donnie. I mean, you have everybody in the Oval Office. Surely you can have these women who were raped as teenagers. Talk to them. I talk to them all the time. As a matter of fact, many of them voted for you. That's what I told them. They voted for you. Epstein victims voted for Donald Trump. And he wouldn't have anything to do with them. And he told me his friends would get hurt. And I said, not taking my name off the discharge petition. Thank you. Social dropped on my head like a nuclear bomb, where the president called me a traitor.
Marjorie Traitor Green is actually what he said.
I read that and I thought, a traitor? Oh my gosh. I looked up the definition of traitor. I looked it up. I was like, I have to wrap my head around this. And so a traitor is a traitor to the United States of America. And I swore an oath to defend our Constitution. And I really thought about it. I said, he's not talking about what we think of the definition of traitor. He's saying I was a traitor to him. To him. And that's why I was a traitor to him. And that's why he was going to support a primary against me, just like he's doing to Thomas Massey, which is horrific. And I looked at that and I thought to myself, this is a badge of honor. It truly is. And I thought, this is so unbelievable to me. But here's what happened after that. Not a single Republican defended me. Not one that I served with. By the way, I had paid all my dues to the NRCC every Congress and supported all of them. And
Catch this series of rich girl complaints about to come.
Endorsed many of them and donated money to them and helped them get reelected. And I had spent millions of my own dollars campaigning all over the country for President Trump.
That problem.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I wasted millions. I wish I had millions to waste.
Marjorie.
Seems only it's a representative problem.
Yeah, Marjorie, you had me at you signed the name.
Yeah.
I didn't need to know about the money spent.
Millions. Just say you spend money. We know you're spending money. You didn't have to say the denomination that I'll never possess. Yeah, I was just giving it away. And they didn't have my back. Or are you say, Doug?
No, she sounds like all the people on The View. They're in the 1%. They bitch about everything. It's like, you realize if all of you people contributed probably 1% of your salary from the show, you could actually institute change. Instead, they just want to bitch.
But I could get another house too.
A Malibu.
And bitch from that house too.
Why complain when I could be in the Hamptons, Malibu?
I could complain from so many different venues.
You'd be surprised. I might go do it right now.
Yeah.
I might get on my plane and do it.
I'm a bitch on the plane too, but that's okay. I paid for that.
I'm in the cockpit.
He could go faster, but the champagne's a little dry.
But I was a traitor doing what we promised to do. I was the traitor. But no one defended me, not one person. And I said, oh my goodness.
I did. Friend of the show.
Goodness. How can I continue to serve under this president and serve in a body of Congress where not a single person is willing to say, Mr. President, Marjorie's not a traitor. She helped you get elected.
It's Taylor. It's Taylor. It's Taylor Green, sir. Taylor Green.
He's a traitor.
But then guess what happened? I started getting death threats. And it was about me being called a traitor. It was, you're a traitor. You deserve to die. You're a traitor. We're going to kill you. You're a traitor.
This was written by an attorney.
But it was the one that came in and they kept coming on my son.
What?
My youngest.
They were what?
Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
What island was this?
What millions were spent for that?
Well, that's how I get the millions, to spend the millions.
Is our son in the files?
my baby boy.
What?
We're going
All
to
right,
snuff out
run
death
this back.
threats. And it was about me being called a traitor.
Okay.
It was, you're a traitor. You deserve to die. You're a traitor. We're going to kill you. You're a traitor. But it was the one that came in, and they kept coming on my son, my youngest, my baby boy.
My baby boy.
We're going to snuff out his life.
Baby Billy boy.
We're going to put a bullet in his head. Marjorie Trader Green. So I sent those to the president.
Let's go with that.
Texted him directly. I also sent them to Susie Wiles and James Blair. And I also sent them to the Vice President, J.D. Vance, Kash Patel. I sent them to all these people. I got no response from Susie Wiles. None. And she's a mother and a grandmother and a woman. I got no response from James Blair because he only.
So like mail or get a bullet or whatever. Goes up to Cash. Look what they mail my son. He can't see it. He's like, what? What is it?
I don't see anything.
Cares about making money on campaigns. I did hear from Kash Patel. He said on it, but I haven't heard from him since.
Well, he's still on it.
I don't know what he's on.
Not his wife.
I was about to say a honey pot, like poo, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, no, I.
J.D. Vance was very nice to me, compassionate and kind, and reassured me that he would do everything we could to find out what's going on. And then I heard back from Donald Trump. And I've saved these text messages. I'd probably get put in jail if I released them publicly, but I saved them. Where Donald Trump proceeded to tell me that it was my fault.
Agency hacks her phone.
And that I deserve it. If my son gets killed, I deserve it because I was a traitor to him. That is our president of the United States. That's the man that says MAGA is whatever he wants it to be.
Okay, so I'm going to pitch it to you guys.
Out of words.
Let me, and then I'll kind of dive in here. Gladiator asks the question. I'm still skeptical if they really stop supporting Trump or they have an ulterior motive. When he says they, he's talking Tucker, Candace, MTG. What are your guys' thoughts before I kind of pull this apart?
I think all of them have an ulterior motive to a certain degree. I think it'd be kind of, yeah, it's just politics at that certain point. I'm sure a lot of them have decided to stop supporting Trump in certain areas. But again, it comes back to that whole, which is the unfortunate political divide of right, left kind of thing. So it's like, is Tucker as supportive or Candace, etc., as supportive of Trump as they used to be? Probably not. Is there an ulterior motive there? Probably. Not going to put it past them. Did they jump ship to the other side? No.
Right.
Like Marjorie Taylor Greene's up there the whole time. It's like, okay.
Yeah, she's still not telling her pronouns.
Right. You know, so it is an ulterior motive kind of thing, but I also don't blame her for being outraged, being upset. You know, all she did was sign her name on one thing, and it completely upended the trajectory of a political career that she was building for herself.
Cost her millions.
Cost her millions. And not even just the millions that she spent to try and save her ASS, but then I'm sure she lost out on money too that she could have earned otherwise.
Oh yeah. Doug, what do you think?
This is why I think we need at least 3 parties. 5 would be ideal. You know, we need a right, a left, and a true moderate party. 3 parties minimum. 5, you could have your far right, far left, moderate left, and independents in the middle. Like,
but this collection of folks that have left MAGA, do you believe it's because MAGA has become unrepresentative, or they have an ulterior motive?
Because most people are moderate, dude. Like, most people side with Republicans on things, but you know, like, they're more in the middle. Like, I'm not a Trump. Like, I'm more in the middle. And I wish there was a third party that was more in the middle. Now everything is either way that way or way the other way. There is no moderate anymore, and that's the problem.
Let me ask Ricky. Ricky, what do you think? Answering Gladiator's question comment.
I feel like MTG is okay.
Yeah,
she is not, like, understand she was fighting for the EP files,
Yeah,
But,
dude, they were coming on her son. She had to go. She had
you
to
know,
remove herself.
but you have, come on now, you're rich beyond being in politics. Like, you have security. Like, your son is all right. Nobody gonna find your son. There, this is all distraction. They're all part of the same game. They're all playing us right in our face and just laughing behind closed door.
No, that's a fair
Next thing
point.
you know, we're gonna see JD Vance next week on the same panel she's talking on. Like,
Now Ricky has been paying attention. If I were to answer or address this comment, I'm skeptical of the fact that they stopped supporting Trump. I think they have an ulterior motive. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Tucker. We're talking about Candace. Okay. Candace was having secret meetings with Erica, or secret, very public. She was like, I finally got to I'm having this meeting with her, and they might kill me at this thing. She has this meeting for 5 hours where nothing happens, and then she officially starts selling the narrative that, poking holes. She's still never officially accused Erica, and that's part of her legal stance. She has to hold that position. But she started poking holes in their narrative to kind of allude to the fact that it was her. That happened after this very professional meeting between colleagues, not enemies, which in my opinion, this whole thing's a show. Again, I'm going to double down. Gladiator, you may not have been here when we played the Tucker clip. But when I talk about Tucker, I literally open with the guys saying the things that are reflecting my opinions of the current moment. But I also remind you that his son is a leading staffer for JD Vance, who he's apparently speaking out against. So the reality of this situation is this. They're all fingers to the same hand. Erica or Charlie and Candace were both chosen. Candace being a part of the Disney Mickey Mouse Club, and then having the Midas touch that she talks about other people having, but then never really getting anywhere. Yeah. I have been wanting to do a So Here's Where I'm At about Candace specifically, because I think she is the perfect modern test case, a class that you could teach about what a psyop is. You've heard your tinfoil hat schizophrenic friends use that term psyop, but not enough people really know what it is or how it operates. Psyop is short for psychological operation. It's a way to manage, control, steer the psychological perspective of the masses. You want to implant ideas. You want to steer away from others. That's what psyops do. So when we talk about Lee Harvey Oswald, okay, that guy had a background in the 3-letter agencies. And before he became notorious for what he's notorious for, he was working for the CIA, and he was working for them doing controlled opposition, where he operated a pro-Fidel Castro organization in New Orleans, immediately across the street from an anti-communist organization. Then he would coordinate meetings and protests at the same time to create social chaos, to cause fights in the streets. One man playing both sides of the fence. That's what Candace is. Candace is the modern controlled opposition. In a world where the public is not the masses, but the awake public, where they are the most educated and exposed to information they've ever been able to. All the information's at their fingertips. You have to slow down their momentum and redirect. Yeah. You have to, because otherwise they'll solve the mystery, Scooby-Doo. So what is Candace Owens? Candace Owens is a way of buying the goodwill of the cognitive public, but because there's some truth there. Right. Like if you've watched it, you'll see, just like Tucker, there's some truth. There is truth there. And you not agreeing with that means you haven't watched it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, we just watched 3.5 minutes of it. There is truth there. And if you don't believe it, then you haven't seen it. So if you go watch Candace, what it is it's a very unproductive, slow drip of the truth. In a world where you're just itching, I just need a little bit of the truth, damn it. Every freaking turn, they're lying to me. I just want a little drop of the truth. And Candace gets just a little bit of the fix with a whole lot of drama, lying, and bullshit.
Yeah.
So, and I could go on that forever. There's so many loose ends she's kept open. Hey, follow me here. I'm leading you down the road. I've got all the Epstein answers. Over here, I've got all the Weinstein answers. Over here, I've got all the Brigitte Macron answers. And yet they've let their breadcrumb trails that lead you to nowhere. There's fruits along the whole way, but they lead you to nowhere, no conclusion. So therefore, the people following that trail, one, they're sniffing it out because they feel that they found some truth. But then in the world of public discourse, they look like total fools because it's led nowhere. So you've taken the cognitive thinking public and made them to be the albatross of the public or the heretic of the public. So let me straight bombs. They just give you a little taste and you have your mind racing with all types of possibilities. A perfect clip to include here would be Tim Dillon had a rant this week where he's like, they're trying to put you in a psychosis. Next is aliens, like the whole thing. They're not giving you information for education's sake. They're trying to drive you crazy.
It's funny you mentioned the aliens thing because this does seem to have come out of left field in recent months. Again, with all the scientists disappearing and all. But considering it was like the Epstein files for months leading up, now the war is here, and then aliens, apparently we're getting it all. We're going to hear about it all, and we still haven't gotten anything. So, no, I do think there's an ulterior motive thing constantly in play here.
I agree. So keeping along
I just want to find a bunker.
What's that, Ricky?
Find a bunker. I want to find the bunker, sneak into the bunker, and just chill out with a, a little couple seeds.
Hey, you find a safe bunker. You let me know. I'll be there right with you.
Didn't they try?
No, I'm not trying to find just a bunker. I'm trying to find their bunker.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm with you. I think billions of dollars makes it really hard for us to find it. I wish that money is unfathomable. Anyway.
Maybe that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene was spending $1 million.
You never know. Hey, speaking of bunkers and, the data center bunker we're trying to build under the ballroom, we had talked about last week the ballroom incident. Well, I wanted to bring at least one little update. We had showed you the really weird AI video that was being passed as the security footage from the hotel lobby. Well, just a few days after our episode where we reported it, they had come out with the HD version, and it's just a much more
HD
clean
4K
vision. I think they've fixed when the long hair ponytail turns into a baseball cap, I guess the HD AI was able to kind of fix that. But it makes me sound like I'm lost in a psychosis where I'm saying, no, I promise you, they reported this weird AI video first. Here's a really respected, that Tizzy Entertainment is a guy across TikTok, Instagram, just social medias who I don't really see eye to eye with his political philosophies, but he does a good job of reporting things. He's more of a Democrat reporter. And he points out that, again, legitimizing that what were you passing this first video as? But neither here nor there.
They released HD surveillance footage from the shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I have questions. Here it is, and we're going to focus on this area up here where you're going to see him walk into that doorway. So here we go. He walks in, nonchalant. You're going to see a canine officer come in, and the dog follows him into that room. And then you'll see him pull back the dog, and then it looks like they have a conversation. Looks like he's talking to him there. And he's finally going to turn away, and literally seconds later, he comes out armed with the shotgun. A couple things noteworthy. First, what's in his hands?
Nothing.
I see nothing. I certainly don't see a long shotgun in his hands as he walks in there. Doesn't look like his jacket is big enough to hide it if it's in pieces.
Assembled pretty quick.
And then he had time to assemble it while this guy's literally staring through the doorway? Because I didn't see anything in his hands. This guy's just kind of chilling there. And then it's the moment he turns, he comes out with it fully assembled. And look at the size of this thing. Was that on him? Or had he stashed that there prior? And if so, how was that missed? How did no one find a firearm stashed in a room right next to security? Moving on,
Something
he
seems
will
weird
exit.
there.
He'll come sprinting through here, and you're going to see this guy fire multiple shots. There you go. There was at least 3 there. As everybody just kind of scatters and seems confused. And it's worth noting, this guy walked into a room right there, seemed to be being watched almost the whole time he was in that room, and yet somehow got his hands on a shotgun, then sprinted through here, and all of these guys missed him. None of them were paying attention except for this one officer, who then proceeds to miss him at close range. At one point, this guy's basically standing in front of him. I understand he's running, but he missed him with every shot. And also, never see his firearm go off. I don't see him shooting at him. He points toward him. But, I mean, a shotgun, even if there isn't a muzzle flash, it puts out a lot of energy when it's fired, and I don't see a shot go off. And last but certainly not least, that was not the first footage we got, remember? We initially got this super low-res garbage footage of that incident happening. Then we got a higher res version in between this version we have now that was clearly AI slop. We knew it was AI slop because, like, that paper disappears into his chest, that paper seeming to be the metal detector, but also nothing in his hands.
Nothing in his hands.
He's not armed in the original one we got. He's armed in the new one. And you can see this is clearly the same footage by matching what the people are doing. Also in that version, this agent is looking in a different direction and wearing a hat. See what I mean? He has a baseball cap on and he's looking the wrong way. My question is, why did we get this version? We were always going to get this in some way, shape, or form. They're always going to release this. Why did they make an AI version? And then if they're willing to make one AI version, how do we know they didn't make more than one AI version? Which then begs the question, which is real? Is him with nothing in his hands real? Or is him with the shotgun in his hands real?
I think it's clear to safe to
no
say.
No metal detector real? Or
the newest version is the most real.
It's the definitive edition.
But yeah.
It's not the
But
director's
dude,
cut.
watch this. He walks right in. Dog's right on it. Dog's like, this is a problem. Guy's like, come on, get off, pup. He's like, oh, yeah, you're about to do it? Uh-huh. All right. Good luck. Walks away. Skibbity toilet.
And the funny thing is, too, is that rifle, that shotgun has a sling on it.
Yeah. So do you think that assists him
Well,
on
look at
wearing
how
it?
he's kind of holding his right arm. See?
Yeah.
It's for the sling, if I were to guess, because that gun does have a sling on it.
But again, why isn't it poking out his back?
I don't know.
Like, wouldn't you see it? Like, you'd see it.
Unless it's in the front. Unless it's in the front.
But then you'd see it coming out his front when he's walking. You know what I mean? Like,
no, sure. It's still fishy, but that's why I think his arm's tucked, is because of the sling of the gun.
I think
you get what I'm saying.
It's the most logical point, but something ain't weird here. And the way he pulls the dog off, clearly the dog knows. Why are you also taking apart the other magnetometer? It's like, yeah, it's down. Oh, convenient timing.
I like how they pull it down. He still goes in through the other one.
Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. We did point out, I pointed this out last week too. Notice the metal detector does not go off. I do not see any lights go off. Let me see. This is a more HD version, so maybe we'll see something different. All right, he walks away. Nothing goes off.
Well, the event was already going on. Maybe they were shutting down that checkpoint.
You know, hey, listen, I appreciate the brainstorming. We're grabbing at straws to make sense for, this.
And no one got shot in the backdrop. That cop was shooting blanks, bro. Because you had like 7 cops behind.
I know, dude. Something is fishy. I don't care what anybody says. That being said, speaking of fishy, evil flock cameras. We went over it last week. Well, I'm going to jump at every opportunity to show you all the bad sides of the flock cameras, so maybe you could be compelled and motivated to stand up against them as the police state gets built around you in real time. That being said, a new iteration of fears that should be surrounding these flock cameras that you didn't really think about was the human element, the compromised human element. Here we've got cops, police officers, using the flock cameras to, drumroll, ba-doom-toom, stalk their exes.
Well, looks like somebody ran over.
Oh, wait, no, I want to save that for Doug. You put them in the wrong order? What the heck?
Lucky cop just resigned after using flock cameras to stalk a woman he was dating. He ran her plate 179 times in 2 months. According to the Institute for Justice, this is happening all over the country. They've documented at least 14.
He ran her plates and followed her 179 times. Is she going to Steve's house now?
There she is again, going to McDonald's. I swear.
Does she live at this dude's house? What the?
Cases of officers using license plate readers to stalk romantic partners, exes, and in one case, a complete stranger a Florida deputy spotted on a TV set and decided to pull over. A Kansas police chief ran his ex-girlfriend's plate over 200 times. A Kentucky officer tracked an ex hundreds of times in 2 months. Every single one of these searches was logged as an investigation. The Milwaukee cop only got caught because his victims looked themselves up on a public website called
A Little Nosy Investigation. What can I say? I'm a curious boy.
What do you want him to put it as? Other?
Other? I'm curious. What can I say?
Wait, Alex, did you catch at the end there? There's a site that's like, have I been flocked, where you can put in your license plate number and search if you've been searched. That's what that was at the end of that video. That's how it said at the end. That's how.
Well, Doug, the question is, do you know? Oh, shoot. I don't want to get doxxed, so I'm not going to put my license plate in.
I'll do it on my phone.
You should do yours. What was it, Doug?
Well, it just in the video it says, "Was I flocked?"
Was I flocked?
So I don't know if that's the site. The site name was mentioned at the end of that video. If you replay it.
All right, only for you, Doug, because we love you so.
I have not. According to this website, I have not been
You're
flocked.
so lucky.
Lucky cop just resigned. Lucky cop only looked themselves up on a public website called Have I Been Flocked?
Have I been flocked?
It does say, though, that it does not mean your license plate has never been searched.
Well, sure, that's leads, but like that's what we got to work.
There's other programs, but this is probably flocked.
Have I been flocked? Oh my goodness, let's share this.
Lucky cop.
We've got it here. Have I been flocked? Oh man, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Oh shoot, I got a new license plate. Never mind, I don't have it memorized. Literally got a new car.
Oh, use the old one. Use the old one.
What?
Use the old one because
the old one.
I guess that's a good point.
You can't get, it's old.
Now we'll know where people.
They coming for you, bruv. It's gonna be like 5,695 times.
Hey, nobody's stalking me. It's because I do the stalking.
Because I play rules.
Anyway, you need to love the future that's going to take you over. You should be appreciating what the digital warlords are willing to do for you. That being said, let me make it clear. Come close, listen. Don't do this. Do not. Don't do it. Don't do this. Bad. Bad.
Well, looks like somebody ran over this flock camera. Damn, that's tragic. How sad. Oh
so
no.
Sad.
How will we be safe in this community now?
Oh no.
Somebody ran this fucking flock camera over and made off with the solar panel, by the way. Damn. Man, I really hope they put this fucking thing back up. Yeah, God, we fucking need these in our lives.
So let me ask you a question. Wouldn't the flock camera have seen who did it, though?
No,
Hey.
if it was pointed the other way.
I guess.
I think if you just came in a total disguise and left your phone at home, the last thing you need is the satellites being like, oh no, it was Simeon.
Yeah, but these dumbasses out here. They got their phone on them.
Exactly.
And they got their watch.
I probably posted a TikTok of him doing it.
Literally, you could double whammy this thing. You could have your enemy be the first at the what do we call them? The kind of like the Homelander, but the Trumpian, we'll call it assimilation camps.
Oh,
freedom camps. Thank you, Doug. That's a great one. If we throw your enemy's phone in your pocket, it's a 2-for-1. You lose a flock camera and your enemy goes to the freedom camp.
Don't do this.
Don't do that. Bad things. If you recall from the last episode, simply knowing where the flock cameras are, the CEO of the flock company, what is it, the Terminator? What do they call that company? Skynet. Yeah. The lead of Skynet, what he said was knowing where these flock cameras are is terrorism. It is. So don't do this.
Don't do it. Bad.
Don't do it. Bad.
juju.
But I think we should play it all the time. No, I'm just kidding. That being said, if that doesn't scare you and the Skynet future just doesn't excite you, the entity, the Orwellian entity that is scarier than Flock, that's like a new entity that we've kind of introduced you to. But the one that's loomed the longest and the biggest, let me introduce you to the new development this week coming out of our favorite friend of the show, friend of my hellscape future, Palantir. They have a new AI assassination surveillance that is in collaboration with the Department of War.
This is Maven Smart System, Palantir's software as a service product that we are deploying across the entire department. As you can see, it's not just one data feed, it's multiple. And instead of having 8 or 9 systems for those decision makers to look at every single day in order for them to make decisions,
we could blow them up from every angle. You want to see the pupils in their eyes when they see their last breath. They're going to see the sunlight of God for the last time. You could see it right there in this twinkle of his eye.
Some guy was hearing him talk, be like, this guy's good.
He's good. I'm sold. Here, dude, take my money.
I felt like I was
single visualization tool. The single visualization tool allows you to select, deselect.
They have Peter Thiel and he goes, now picture this, VR, you're sitting in his lap. Welcome to the future.
That was good. I did not see that coming.
Different types of data, look at different approaches to data.
You want to sit in the car next door?
More importantly, action from the same system that you're trying to develop your workflows around.
You look VR into the car next to it. You're just like, I wonder what's going to happen here.
It's like, who's the Irishman?
Yeah, I was thinking Danny Green.
Yeah, this is Danny Green. You're getting a front row seat like a mobster. Oh, you're going down,
man,
baby.
Don't turn on the ignition. Don't turn on the ignition.
Alex,
did it start?
More about Danny Green than any of us, man. You saw the dirty, gritty stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, man.
Once you have a detection that you want to actually move into a targeting workflow, for example, this is what we do.
Your targeting workflow.
Left click, right click, left click.
That way you could murder effectively. Don't you want to be efficient in your war game?
Don't you want to see the whites of their eyes?
Typically, it becomes a detection. That detection then gets moved into a workflow. This is standard digitized workflow, but I want to walk you through it quickly.
Dude.
Yeah, no.
You have different types of targets that are identified on the left there.
That literally looks like Azure.
Wait, I want to, yes.
We use that for my software company.
I was about to say, Azure. I want to give a shout out to podcaster John Astasio. When we were doing Rethink Solutions, he had me kind of like base camp at work. He had me logged into this software that is just like Doug, because this is the generic.
It looks like a workflow.
Workflow management format. But the fact that it's like, this is the idea phase. This is the action phase. Oh, I'm going to move killing Kim Jong-un to the finished pile. It's like, what?
Have you checked this off your to-do list? Yes, I have.
We got him.
That are identified on the left there. Every single column produces a different type of decision-making process. Once you have that decision and you're trying to actually action that process, we now move into COA generation, course of action.
You don't
generation.
have to.
where we are automatically, via a number of factors, trying to identify what the best asset to prosecute a target looks like. Once we've got the different...
Dude, that is the most Call of Duty thing ever. The window comes up. You could choose distance, fuel, time to target. It's like, I got excited this weekend when it was like, I could put a timer on my bread maker, so that way it starts about 3 hours before I wake up from bed. When I wake up in the morning, I got a fresh loaf. I dump it out. It's sitting there waiting for me. You could do the same thing with, I don't know, killing Somalians. Just, hey, you could blow up half of Somalia tomorrow at 8 a.m. And Trump's like, I don't want to wake up at 8. I want to have it. I'm going to have this preset. I want it at 50 degrees, fuel 40, make it extra hot and spicy.
I'm gonna even set this tweet to go out, or True Social to go out at 8:30.
And then can you put the kosher cheese and jalapenos in it so that way? Oh wait, sorry, I was talking to my bread maker. I get them confused. It's like one and the same.
Once we've got the different approaches and we select one, we then can move directly into how do we action that target. So we've gone from identifying the target to now coming up with a course of action to now action.
There's got to be one guy listening to this going to be like, this is a psychopath.
You'd hope.
You know, just one.
I think it's us.
You're just the one listening in that audience, just going.
I think to find yourself in that audience, they've got that snuffed out of them.
You're target Tom Wamsgams, just all
from one system. This is revolutionary. We were having this done in about 8 or 9 systems where humans were literally moving detections left and right in order to get to our desired end state. In this case, actually closing a kill chain.
Smoke.
Hey, so Ricky, would you invest?
For the money, yes, but ethically, you know,
for the money,
I wouldn't sleep good at night. Let's say that.
You heard Ricky here first,
but
folks.
My bank account will
I'll sell you guys out because we're cooked no matter what, and at least I'm catching some bread.
Exactly. Why not be comfortable?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's like we're so far gone. It's like we are resisting a little bit. We're fighting. We're putting the word out there, but like, bro, like that machine, that technology is specific. If they're like, Ricky, give me a 5,000, you know, and don't worry about it for the next 15, 20 years, I'll do it. I'll forget about it after a couple months, start sleeping good, and my bank account will be getting fatter. You know,
and right here, you are seeing in real time why we're screwed.
Morally,
because every single person, the American mentality is like, well, yeah, of course I take it because somebody's gonna take it, so of course I take it. Nobody's like, all right,
it's fucked up.
Eating it spoils everybody. I'm gonna forego it. Everybody's like, it's hungry. If I don't take it, somebody else will. So
you said it makes
Alex. It's like okay, it's like this. It's like okay, America won't take it. The Pentagon don't want it. Guess what? We're gonna sell it to Russia.
No, I thought you were about, we're gonna sell it to Ricky.
No. I was about to be like, man, I met the cowboy hat Ricky. He was much more ethically sane.
He wanted to run the ranch. That's all he wanted.
Facts. So who would you rather have it? You rather have Ricky on the board or some loony that's in the audience that's been desensitized to all this stuff already? Come on now.
Well, let me say this. Ricky clearly is being exposed to all of this on our show, Palantir and everything else. Clearly, he's being more infected by the Palantir mentality than we realized. Now, this might trigger you, Ricky. This might actually appeal to you, and you might be reaching for your wallet. So please don't try to resist. However, if Palantir were to make a commercial that was truly honest, so here's the Palantir CEO. This is a Palantir commercial that was truly honest. I think Ricky might get too excited.
Listen up, losers. Stop pretending it's a democracy. We run things. Give up the illusion, and in exchange, we will bring you order and efficiency. Yes, we'll own you. But do you really want to be free? Trust us. We know what to do. While Silicon Valley was feeding you dope and free email, we built the architecture of empire. Welcome to our world, motherfuckers. We aren't here to protect your privacy. We are here to enforce supremacy. We are the ledger now. Every tax return, every Medicaid file, every license plate, every crossing. Your president signed it into being with a pen in March. You kept scrolling. Your politicians are empty vessels. Your civil liberties are a liability. We are done pretending all cultures are equal. We know who the elites are, we know what we are building, and we demand that you applaud the billionaires taking the reins where your fragile democracies have failed. Welcome to the technological republic. You can stop scrolling now. We already have everything we need. Try to unplug us. We dare you. Now get the fuck out of here, you peasant.
I would respect
Great.
You buying in?
That was a great commercial. But listen, we're talking about Palantir. BlackRock been doing this for years. They've got everything. They're in everything. We're already fucked. Like they got us so far up. Like that bull got our boy from Spain. Like surgery ain't gonna fix this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
they said the same thing to Jose, but he came around.
No, bro. Jose got a
he's got a limp. He ain't ever walking the same.
Never, bro. Baby back. White chicks. He never wheelchair.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying we should resist. We should resist. This is like I got a question asked the other day. Like, how do you resist against open air prison? And we're already living in somewhat of an open air prison. And he went down this rabbit hole. And I was like, bro, I feel like people are resisting, but it's not even making a scratch. I can't even bring it to a dent. Like, how do we start making dents into these stuff?
Ricky, the unfortunate thing is it was theoretical and a lot of it was a joke. But at the same time, there was a great simulation in the humorous theory of me just throwing out to you, would you invest? And you were like, well, I'd invest to make my money, but I don't support this shit. It's like, that's why this is unwinnable. That's why God wrote it in destiny. That's why the Antichrist comes and Jesus needs to return to defeat this. We're rebuilding a hellscape. I got to tell you, somebody that kind of derailed their trajectory simply to just talk on a microphone, to just say my piece, to do whatever I can to fight this fight. At the same time, you sit back after looking at this at every angle. It is unwinnable.
Yeah.
It's unwinnable. But the real loser is the one that takes that statement as a justification for doing nothing. You must fight to the bloody end. And probably only few, if not any of us, will come up futile. Like most will lose. Very few will come out successful. And that needs to be your motive, because you shouldn't be doing this for any glory or anything else. The utopia isn't in the devil's plane. Like, the utopia is what follows after this. So I don't know. I never ended up in that place until I saw how unwinnable it is. No matter, dude, every effort, the greatest motivators, civil rights leaders, people that truly made an impact, what happened to all of them? All of them end with their demise. Martin Luther King sat in the same chair as JFK in terms of where the chips fell. Charlie Kirk. So there's something to be said about this only ends one way. And you might as well go out on top giving it your all, because there's glory in that, at least. Not in the success of this ending.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of like The Idea of the Boys TV show.
Yeah. That's why I really do think no one wins or survives that show. No. We don't know yet, right? You know, but I really do think no one comes out on top.
But again, it's like when you're in that game, you kind of accept that reality at some point.
Right.
Play the Game of Thrones.
But see, you know what's interesting? When you watch something like Sons of Anarchy, it's like, yeah, that's the world you live in. You're living in a lawless world. So like things end that way.
Yeah.
where there's a tiff between characters, and it's like, well, you can't call it's like you've created a life outside of the law, civility, society. But what we're learning, the scary part of the moment right now, is learning that, like, oh, the sanctity and comfort, the safety of society, law, that's more flawed.
Yeah.
It's scarier.
Yeah.
They're doing what to kids? Something that we touched, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, opening on the clip of MTG, Marjorie Trader Green, and Gladiator was out here inquiring about, psyops and ulterior motives. I just want to plant a seed that for the few that are watching right now, hang on to the end, because the last clip is an atom bomb. Lauren Boebert, like, I'm just going to leave it there, where it's like, when you realize what the level of severity they're doing in sophisticated real society, like not the lawless sons of anarchy world, but our sanctity.
Civilized.
Yeah.
Civilized.
When you see how deep those pits go, and it's in a congressional testimony this week, it's like, wait, say, baby parts say what? Run that back? Oh yeah, trust me, we're not even this thing, and it's real, and that's your life.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, but just go back to work, pay your taxes to these folks. We're genocide over here. Hey, no big deal. Anywho, I think that's a good opportunity to continue. Doug, can you do me a favor? There should be a sticker on the left there. Can you bring that over to me? It was wet and I didn't have a chance to put it on yet. Yeah. Thank you. That being said, the next little topic here is a guy that had his little moment in the sun. He had a little moment of fame, but then also it's kind of over. Let's show, for the folks that don't know, here in Ohio, today is the primary day, and Trump's backing. We got a close game here with the Cavs too. Thank you for showing me that. That's pretty sweet. I just wanted to update everybody first before we get into the topic of the governor's race here. So Vivek Ramaswamy is going to have the nomination over Casey Putsch, but Putsch had his little moment of fame, and
right.
It was our little opportunity to have an independent that wasn't bought by AIPAC or the political system and bipartisan commitments and corporations. It was just a guy from Ohio that was sick and tired of seeing this crap. So to romanticize what could have been, I've got I got my I voted sticker. This is the one time I've ever voted in a primary because, I just thought, hey, maybe we actually have a chance. There is no chance, Ricky, like I said. Anywho, let me bring in, I got just 3 clips. Casey Putsch. First, what made me fall in love with him. Last theme for the, however many months, 2-3 months of the show has been the taking over of these data centers. Ground temperatures going up 15, 16 degrees. Your electrical bill is going to quadruple, and you are going to be paying for the digital police force that's going to be controlling your future. That being said, it was nice seeing a politician speak out against it.
Data centers are a leech. We all know this. They're destroying our water. They don't pay taxes. We have to subsidize the cost of them through electricity. They create no meaningful jobs, and it's disgusting. But what's more disgusting is they were slipped in under the cover of night. Why are our elected officials and our government employees signing non-disclosure agreements? Why can't they talk about it? How is that even legal? Yeah, we're going to end that. And so unless there's classified information for the government or trade secrets specifically, we're going to shine the light and make all the cockroaches scatter and find out exactly how we're being taken advantage of. In a Putsch governorship, you're going to have full transparency whether the cockroaches like it or not. Vote Putsch.
Vote Putsch. So, Ricky, I don't know if you saw, but he got himself in a little bit of trouble. He said some disparaging comments that, I think were a little off color, so rightfully so. Take the criticism. But his response was even funnier. He had his comment about being against Vivek Ramaswamy. He was like, it's cowboys versus Indians.
Recently, I was featured on the news because I made a joke that was considered very hateful. And I want to apologize because my intentions with it didn't show through. I had popped out of a barn with a lever action rifle and said, hey, Vivek, you want to play cowboy versus Indians? Don't worry, it's feather, not dot. And people found this very offensive.
100% it's a threat.
So I want to apologize.
Shut up.
Because the truth of the matter is, we all know Vivek loves to play cowboy. And I know he can't shoot because I want to be the Indian.
I love
Perfect
it.
response.
I
Hey,
love it.
that comment, cowboys versus Indians, is offensive. Fine. He could be the cowboy. I'll be the Indian.
I love it. I love it. Come be, bring comedy back, man.
Yeah, exactly. Or, if we're going to have these people represent us, make them real people. Like, that's relatable. That's just a guy's guy hanging out with the boys. We've made jokes of like that amongst each other. It's just, anyway, but jokes are offensive anymore. That being said, here we are closing out one last part or, comment from Mr. Putch. The importance of having your voice.
Because I used harsh language. Well, words are weapons. And currently, we are actually in a 5th generational informational world war. We are all being bombarded with propaganda, psychological operations, and AI that's programmed to put us on guardrails, to manipulate us, to change our thinking, our perception of events, current events, history. And you're mad because I'm using some words as weapons. I'm not going to apologize. Because if there were stronger words in the English language, I would use those. Because we're already probably past the point in American history that people should have been hung.
Oh.
Food for thought. The United Kingdom. More people are arrested there for Facebook posts and social media posts that go against what the government wants than in Russia and North Korea. But in jolly old England, they've already started arresting a few people that are in the Epstein files. The United States of America has not. Land of the free and home of the brave, right? Which ones of us are actually free? Which ones of us are actually brave? See you guys next time.
I just love this guy. I'm in my Batmobile.
That Batmobile is fire.
Got a Red Bull car or plane that he's just flipping around in the sky. Anyway, as we cook, he's going it back to his little $1 billion underground bunker. He doesn't care what happens. Ricky, you think you can find his?
Nah, he's probably. I bring some seeds. I bet
it would be easy. All you gotta do is search the auditor's website for his land that he owns.
Oh, there you go, Doug.
On that land, I bet it's there.
Cool.
I was gonna say use the flock cameras.
Yeah,
Use the flock. Where's he gone?
So,
don't
and really, it's just a Batmobile that pops out of the ground.
That I'd be like,
It's just a sign out the side of the mountain that just drops and it comes out.
So you mean just like the real Batman?
It's almost like that's what I was referencing. Jeez, that's some crazy stuff. Anywho, in the past, we have talked about, okay, first off, AI, tech, we're on that subject. We're here now. So Melania.
Yes.
She's big on this whole AI initiative. She welcomed an extraterrestrial trans alien, Brigitte Macron. At the same time, she brought in a robot. Now she's bringing, if you saw, we had Big Swollen Hands King. The Democrats were clapping for their king. The King of England was walking in. They were like, oh my God, we love kings. But Melania, she had her own entertaining to do, and she was entertaining the Queen. So here is a cross-cultural education program for K through 12ers, promoting the surveillance state, grooming this initiative. So this is what Melania had to show off to the Queen of England. Tell me that doesn't look like a miserable dystopia.
I was just
VR
thinking,
tennis.
watch, they're the VR ones, the Palantir thing in the car next to Danny Green.
Exactly, dude. That's exactly it.
So when they show people like this is not the everyday American. Like, stop doing that, y'all.
I've never worn one.
Snobby up little fuckers.
How are they?
A long time ago. Oh, it is very cool.
Okay.
But I couldn't live in it. And you get sick after a while because it's still, it isn't perfected.
Like the motion sickness?
Just look at them, just looking out into the
But what about Alex? Like, that's one thing where you're wearing those over your eyes and you have the controllers. But isn't there like those, what are they, like Oculus glasses that are like virtual, like alternate reality or whatever, where it's like it tells you information about, so like that's one thing where you can see through and it's giving you information.
Right.
That
It's a
where
lens.
you straight up are like blind, like
Right. This is artificial sight. It's just creating a whole new reality. Whereas your augmented reality, which is it's a lens that's putting on, windows and screens over reality. What'd you say, Doug? That's what we should
That's what we should be showing off. Not that like the people wearing those on a tennis court, which clearly no. Like
no.
Why are they out on a tennis court?
Why they acting like England don't have these same technology?
Well, no, we're showing it off. We're like, hey, look how thrilled they're this is riveting.
In VR, everyone has that shit now. We should have been showing our augmented reality. I can play tennis with these glasses on because it shows me where the ball is going to land. That would have been cool.
Or they could just play tennis.
That too.
Thank you, Will.
I think that would be a little bit better for young kids.
Thank you.
I was just play tennis on the tennis court.
Well, let me be clear. We're not the only ones raising concern about this creepy technological AI future. Here's Zach Galifianakis voicing his concerns of the future on the Conan O'Brien podcast.
I think humans' biggest mistake was fighting nature instead of working with it. We're going to conquer it. Well, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to win.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's definitely going to win. Yeah. So you have to respect it and honor it. If there's a God that made all this stuff, why not respect it? And the things that this God has made, that's coming from someone that has no idea if there's a God or not. But if there is, why is it the simplest thing to respect the earth and the humans and the animals on it? Other than that, what is there?
Yeah.
I mean, where humans are going with AI, I mean, I guess, I don't know if I'm old fashioned or maybe it's because I'm 56 now, but I think this whole AI thing, and I don't mean for medicine, it's got a lot of great things. Otherwise, though, I think it's another in the biblical term, biting the apple again.
Mm-hmm.
I just am very afraid of it.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good way.
And not even for show business. I'm not even talking. I'm just saying in general, I don't trust it at all. And especially the dudes that are designing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a real problem. Yeah. Because these dudes, how do I say it? They have math minds.
Suck.
They have math minds. You know what I mean? They have math minds, and that's good. But there's very little wisdom coming out of that pocket of the world. Almost none.
Yeah.
And we're just running. All of us are running in that direction. The media loves AI. The media loves social media because it causes more of this.
Yeah.
I love when CNN, they'll have a reporter on they'll do a report on social media and how bad it is for someone. And then after the report, Jake Tapper gets on and go, follow me on Twitter. It's asinine. Have you no self-reflection?
That's true.
Well, even how we communicate through text, there's not a sarcastic font, right?
Right.
And people are not good enough writers to do it through
Right.
text. As a comedian, to get back LOL is really diminishing returns.
Yeah.
So I think the way we have let robots do this for us has also made us a little bit off.
Yeah.
I just do. I worry about the lack of human connection with that stuff. And maybe it just is not as needed as we think it is. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But this world, this tech stuff, I've always thought about, I've always worried about it, especially when social media came about and MySpace and all this, when it was done, you could do it anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird start for anything. So the weirdos running this thing, and good weirdos, I don't mean they're all bad weirdos. We need to, there needs to be a guardrail. And I think politically, nothing changes in the States until they regulate the internet.
Yeah. I do think
so we can sit here and talk.
So that's where it leads, of course, is now, so we regulate the internet.
Good luck.
Regulate.
It can work for both sides.
Don't regulate the developers and manufacturers, creators, regulate us, the users.
Right.
That you were saying you were looking out for.
It just depends on who's going to control it, the messaging. But
adorable.
I see how people scroll on planes.
It depends on who controls the messaging, and heaven forbid you even consider the other side where it's just no one controls any of the messaging. It's a free marketplace of ideas, but that's dangerous because then voices like ours or, Dave Smith, Tim Dillon, we can't have speakers against the machine getting any momentum. I don't know. What do we think of his point?
He had me up until like the last 15 seconds.
Literally.
And I don't even
the conclusion
give the hardest criticism of the last 15 seconds because I think he is someone trying to find a way to contextualize a solution for it. And I think he's just trying to find out what it could be. He seems like a very thoughtful thinker, which is funny because it's Alan from The Hangover. We all know what he's from. But it's kind of funny. We haven't seen him much in recent years, and now he's kind of popping up again. So I think he's kind of enjoyed his money, and now he's kind of seeing the world from an outside lens. So maybe that's kind of why he's trying to figure out what it could be for a solution, which, I mean, kudos for him, because he wasn't really coming at any particular individuals directly. He's just more so like kind of spitballing the ideas around there. So, I mean, kudos to him for that. But if you were to ask me what I really think, it's, 95% of it I was right there with.
Right. It's just the resolution.
Right.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to workshop what the resolution could be. I'm not saying he thinks that is definitively what it should be.
Sure. Doug, what do you think?
I mean, it's pretty funny to see someone that you see as just the dummy in movies have such an articulate point. So that like I still can't. I laugh at seeing Zach Galifianakis talk logically. My initial thought still, it's like, all right, you're talking good points, but you're the guy from The Hangover that did all that stupid stuff, and I'll always know you as that.
See,
so I believe he had good points, but it's like Zach Galifianakis.
See, at the same time, okay, when I initially pulled the clip, I was thinking of the commonly referenced the sacred clown, and that it's funny that we get a lot of our truths from the jesters of our society. So yeah, Doug, that's true. However, I do think this is an underappreciation of the extent of Zach Galifianakis's superiority. Like, yeah, he is the main comedic character in one of the biggest comedy franchises of all time. Made it 3 movies and made billions upon billions, will be a part of the social repertoire for generations to come. So yes, he's ironed in as a dummy there. Or Due Date, he plays another dummy character. Really, all of his characters differently than Between Tooth and Fern, though. I was going to make the next comment, though, that if you consumed parts of his whole portfolio, his stand-up comedy, between what he does on the piano, it is a superior level of art that This guy isn't just a comedian. He is a sophisticated talent that it's like, oh, no, this is like a genius in the craft. Where people call Kanye a genius in rap, Zach is 100% a genius in comedy. Between Two Ferns is putting on the hat of an idiot while also is probably one of the smartest shows ever created.
So good.
Made a movie around it. Doug, you're laughing. He interviewed Hillary Clinton during the biggest political moment of her career and hurt her.
Yeah.
Are you awake to that? Wait, wake up, Doug. Clear the ears out. Did you hear me? He interviewed one of the biggest American politicians at the biggest point in her career and hurt it on a silly little YouTube show that then went on to make a movie because there's so much weight, fandom, eyeballs, attention behind what this guy does. Trust me, I don't see eye to eye with his perspective totally all the time.
No.
So don't sit here and like take this as like I'm just wanting to glaze Zach Galifianakis. But I'm making this grandiose point because, yes, I'll acknowledge right off the top, I also was like, oh, we're getting philosophy, political science, and deep thought from a silly comedian. But then when you really sit back and think about this guy, we're talking about a genius in the craft. Like this guy's brilliant. He's a huge multi-scale farmer. Like this guy he is a Swiss Army knife of many talents.
And it's funny too, thinking of when his career was kind of popping off as well. Like he didn't do the Jack Black route where he's kind of like a
bingo
huge sellout.
No, he just got his bag and did his thing. I'm going to go be Farmer Jim now.
You can almost view him in the same light, in the same vein from like if you're looking at their filmography, but then I look at again like his
one went corporatized, one.
Yes. And and it's still hearing him there where again I didn't agree with the last 10-15 seconds of it, but it's like for the most part it's like no, this is a very individual free thinker who is trying to
he's thinking,
he's taking in all the things we're all talking about on this show at all times and trying to find a way to regulate it in a certain avenue.
Just this past weekend I watched a documentary about a South African hipster rap group called Diantword. Who was in the documentary? Jack Black. Why? Because Jack Black was in one of their music videos. When you hear this guy talk, it's, oh, this guy ain't a thinker. And also you could just be like, oh, what makes me think Diantword? What makes me think this group is sold out to the Illuminati? This guy's buffoonery in your documentary. Right. Not even that he was acting silly like you would imagine, Jack. He's literally sitting on his couch, like doing an interview, and it's like, oh, there's nothing sophisticated up there at all. Like you're not thinking. He's a really good reader. Well, he speaks other people's words.
No, he's a talented guy, but it's in certain avenues where it's sorts of fit that. Whereas Zach Galifianakis, like you said, it's like he's a Swiss Army knife.
How about this? One's on a podcast. One is within 20-second sound bites just for a few minutes on a documentary, right? This guy can sit there, challenge his ideas, and improvise thought. Right. Jack Black, you're only ever going to see him where it's scripted and spoon-fed to him.
Zach Galifianakis wasn't even speaking like he's right. He's just literally spitballing the ideas to other people in the conversation that are all trying to add to the pile and say, how can we, talk this through? How can we kind of find a way through this solution? It's an interesting kind of way of handling it, I guess.
So Ricky, I got to get your thoughts on the whole idea. What do you think is Zach's thoughts?
He's saying everything good, as Will said, until he comes to regulating the internet. Like, how do you want free thought, free ideas to be flowing, but then you want to regulate the place where free thoughts and free ideas flow? So I'm stuck. But, hey.
You had me until you didn't. Yeah. Last little piece here on the topic of AI. I have a clip here. There was a roundtable of experts and researchers, thought leaders surrounding AI. And here is a little spiel from Connor Leahy. I want to say Leah, Leahy. He's an AI researcher and U.S. director of Control AI. Anyway, check it out. This hit home. This really hit home.
I'm 30 years old. Not one of my friends has children. Zero. No one. No one's having kids. Do you know how hard you need to abuse a mammal to make them not have children? Like for real. Like let's step here back a moment, right?
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, look, GDP goes up. People have have enough food, and whatever. No one's having kids, and this is across the world. This is across both the West, the East, everywhere it's happening. So there's a thing that happens, especially with even younger than me. Like the kids are like 18 today. There's a huge problem where they don't dance. No one dances. They go to clubs and they don't dance. Why is this? Because you get recorded.
Yeah.
If you're an 18-year-old kid, you go to a club, you get recorded. If you approach a girl and you mess it up, you get recorded. Everything is the panopticon now. So if you had to ask.
Also, during the pandemic years, when they were calling it a microaggression, it was like, yeah, I don't need to talk to bitches.
I'm really glad.
I'd go up, hey, you want to dance? This is a microaggression. I'm like, you saying that out loud with your vocal cords makes me never want to do this again.
I'm really glad that word kind of disappeared.
This is a microaggression. That was said to me. If it happened to me one time, I'd go, that was a crazy bitch.
I feel like saying
that was a crazy encounter.
But it happened a lot.
Someone saying this is a microaggression is, in my opinion, a micro.
No, it's an aggression.
I mean, that's
full-blown aggression.
Much a macroaggression.
Macroaggression. Macroaggression.
You did it worse.
Ask me why, my answer is technology. My answer is social media. My answer is AI. My answer is algorithms. Do you know what dating app algorithms do? Do you know how they optimize? They don't optimize for you to meet your love of your life. They optimize you to keep coming back to the app.
Yeah.
And now there's a thing that basically we have sold out all of our dating norms, all of our interpersonal norms to tech companies without our consent to optimize their ad algorithm.
Right.
I think there's a deep thing where we as a society have not dealt with the fact that we have to steward technology responsibly. We have treated technology as a Wild West.
Absolutely.
Just everyone can do whatever they want. Just sell all of our younger generation's dating lives to corporations for profit. And who pays the cost for this? Who has liability? So I think the real problem is that we are, as a society, as a government, the generations that came before me, and also my generation, I don't want to exclude myself from this, but also the generation came before me, just let technology rip. The promise was, if you let technology rip, if you let internet rip, there will be democracy and freedom and happiness and economic growth. And where is that? And I think my generation is noticing that broken promise.
And instead, we got isolation. Anybody, any thoughts?
I don't even think I could articulate it better than he did, especially when he compared it to mammals.
Sure.
I was like, yeah, I guess when he does word it that way, it is pretty dry.
Yeah, that first statement. Do you know how much you have to abuse a mammal for it to not be reproducing?
Couldn't have worded it better. I don't even want to add to it.
Yeah.
As bad as that sounds.
So here's some criticism I found online, of course. There were people criticizing him, and he's not dead on. He's a Gen Z lunatic with absolutely no new ideas. Quote, technology is why I won't have kids is such a brainless take. Childbirth began declining almost 60 years ago with the boomers. Was it Tinder that made boomers decide not to have children? It's like, okay. That was the beginning of the rate, but now we're at an exponential point. This isn't less babies.
Also,
this is a wall of no babies.
Let's keep in mind, too, the boomers were called that because it was a boom.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen often. That's why they're boomers. Come on, people.
But, dude, Doug, great fucking point. But on top of that, does that not even further highlight the hubris of boomers? A tweet by a boomer's like, yeah, but dude, we've been going down. That's called a boom. That's the boom.
Yeah.
It was you, and then it was less following it. But the hubris is, well, no, we're the standard.
Only that, did they only listen to the first 10 seconds he spoke?
Yes, that's the attention of a boom. Dude, I'll tell you what.
Talked about the GDP growth and how it should be affecting more birth rates, and it's not.
Nobody has succumbed victim to the powers of social media and the internet more than boomers.
Oh, they love those.
AI has been bending them over the barrel. Fighting on Facebook. Dude, Facebook was created for the youth. Boomers took it over just to fight each other. It literally became a chicken fighting pen, and all the kids were like, have it, mom, dad, Have it.
It is fun to watch.
Go attack the neighbor. And they're like, did you see across Brexville? All the parents are just fighting each other. It's all the news. It's like, no, I'm not there.
Well, I was watching.
If a tree falls, does it make a noise if no one's there to hear it? If a boomer fights a boomer on Facebook, did it happen if no one's there to read it?
Trick
hear
question. The other boomers get involved.
There's more boomers, and they're in it. They're in it. They're all in the trenches.
They all have thoughts.
Exactly. AI taking us over. No more babies. Anybody have any rapid thoughts on that last bit?
The dude worded it so perfectly. Like that first sentence, how often do you have to abuse a mammal that it doesn't procreate? It's just, oof, yeah.
Oof. He ain't lying.
He articulated it way better than I ever had.
Exactly. All right, we're going to be closing down the show here before we get to the wheel. Just the last couple clips. We flirted with it on some of the promotional. I think it's even it's either on the fun. I don't know. It's not on the thumbnail. But we got to criticize Drewski, that crazy Erica Kirk was on a podcast and she had some thoughts calling out the public. We had our fun tearing into Hillary. I feel like we can't just gloss over this moment. We got to bring it in.
In this culture we're living in, absorbs disagreement as a form of personal betrayal. It turns having an opposing viewpoint into a moral crime worthy of punishment. And here's what I've realized through all of this, truly, having lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months.
Question. Did y'all know about Erica Kirk before Charlie?
No. Okay. No, that's how these psyops work.
We ended up learning about her after.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one. Okay.
Yeah, no. She had zero relevance. The only people that knew about her before this, when she had her giant Miss America career, was when she was grooming 8-year-olds on Instagram. But who's keeping count?
Strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve to exist at all. Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
Never once was said, by the way.
And the list.
But it was implied. You did it.
List goes on.
Allegedly.
That's her fault. She should have stayed behind the curtain.
Yeah.
You should have stayed your ass behind the curtain.
Go put a baby bottle in your child's mouth.
Why you want to be a public figure. You want to be in public and dress like you're a freaking boot camp. Like she dresses like she's a training assassin. Like she tried.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I'm just
like she's at a funeral.
She was like, "This will be a statement in all black."
Yeah,
unforgettable. When your whole outfit is matching the 1 inch of eyeliner, yeah, she's bug eyeing the camera.
They're making fun of me.
How hard do I have to stare into this lens until you
like? She lived with her husband, right? He was a public figure. A public figure get criticized all the time, especially the man that was your husband. Like
that's been the whole crux of Candace's point, where she's like, I'm not allowed to talk about you, but you chose to be the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. At which point, when you became CEO, tripled its revenue of millions.
It really is
hundreds of millions now.
She must hate the fact that she's not as charismatic as Charlie.
I don't think, dude, she's at such a charisma deficit.
Right.
I don't think she realizes how far in the pits she is. Like, you are autism level antisocial and you think you're Snow White.
And Charlie was the epitome of taking the heat and dishing it back.
With smiling. I'll talk to anybody, and it's just, and I could talk to anybody about anything, and she's like, I need my script writer, or
I'm
it's not
annoyed
a thing.
I have to talk to you.
I'm not scared of a lot of blondes, but she's the type of blondes I'm scared of. When I see them, I cross the road. Like,
here's the thing: there's no life behind those eyes.
Nope.
Like that's the whole look.
The ones that like to get up and just pop meds all day, like just to get going with a cappuccino. I just cross the road because I don't want my wind to even touch them. They scream something.
She's looking for an excuse to come at you, Ricky.
On and on and on. There is a serious epidemic of dehumanization plaguing this country.
Yeah.
Release the files.
Exactly. When you can't humanize the mutilation of a child, I'm not going to humanize you. But I am. I don't want to even empower her comment. Like, she deserves respect just as much as all the people we're also talking about and defending. That being said, moments like these cannot escape criticism.
Look at those eyes, dude.
Is this AI?
That woman is tired.
How did you think this was going to play?
Want to know who she reminds me of?
That got to be AI.
No, dude. No, that's just the highlighted moment.
I know who she.
It's like she prepared to speak, breathing out the anger.
No,
she's acting up her disdain. She is in turmoil.
No, she's practicing her Darth Vader.
She's practicing her Darth
Looks
Vader.
like a young Hillary right here, bro. No cap.
That's what Wolf said.
Thank you.
Oh, you did? Oh shit! Damn, like that's great, bro. They family.
In all black. Like who? Who is
Huffing?
The polo shirt.
I just don't get why no one likes
sweater.
her.
Alex Jones doesn't even do that. He's screaming the whole time.
But neck bulging. They're turning the frogs gay, and she's like,
she talks.
I thought that was like a turtleneck, but that's a collar shirt.
Why doesn't anybody love her? I just don't get it.
Some turning point guy was behind the camera going like,
yeah, you're right. Keep it going. No, the even funnier part is, if this isn't an entire chapter in a marketing class, the professor failed. It should be like, all right, let's break down from every angle why you can't do this.
Meanwhile, her kid's asking for the bottle.
Yeah, where's mom? She's huffing in the closet. Hey, remember where dad used to do his work and mom took the wedding photo down?
And
she's huffing in the closet.
And you and I are like right next to the mic. You're not getting that feedback of us breathing. And she's like a little bit behind the mic, and it is louder than when she was speaking.
Oh, dude.
She just did a skit. This whole thing is a skit. Like,
yes,
how you don't want people to like.
Drewski's work is writing itself, and you're acting surprised.
I need him to get on camera and do that.
Oh yeah,
I'm so
double down, right back in.
Double down, but have him like eating. Have him like eating in between breaths. He's just.
Oh my
Ricky, what's
God.
a white food? Like crackers?
Mayonnaise. Anything with
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Oh, dude. He's just spooning mayonnaise
Anything
as he's
with mayonnaise.
huffing into the microphone. Just kosher mayonnaise, of course.
Obviously.
Speaking of which, you're little dog too. Those witches. Anywho,
Joy Behar?
last clip of the day. We're going to close this bad boy out. I promised it earlier on in the episode. Kudos to everybody that hung around for the cherry on top. This is real. This is testimony on the record in front of Congress. When we talk about the actors that are out here fighting for our defense, fighting for, the principles that this administration ran on and then abandoned, amongst them, one that doesn't get a lot of the credit, like Thomas Massey, MTG, all of the gang, one that kind of falls to the background that doesn't get all the attention. but is doing, I really do think, all the work. I mean, she is making it hard in these congressional interviews. Kudos to Lauren Boebert. What is in this clip? I don't know. I'm just going to let it speak for itself. Girls say what?
Plant aborted baby parts into lab animals. Have you heard of that sort of research?
You heard of that?
Yeah, we did an analysis.
Yeah,
years ago
actually, I'm
showing
glad you
that
brought it up. It was
over
in the memo last week.
90% of
we do that. It doesn't grow back hair.
Look at his name,
Mr. Goodman. Just so you know, this is what they do. They're the opposite. It's everything. I'm a good man, good guy. SpongeBob, good guy, big guy, pants okay.
White bald man named Goodman answering this question.
Goodman.
I feel like
Somebody give it to Doug. Hey, we're going to start from the beginning. Lauren Boebert, what should Doug rub on his head?
Implant aborted baby parts into lab animals. Have you heard of that sort of
Don't
research?
call Doug that.
Yeah, we did an analysis a few years ago showing that over 90% of
now, can we just?
There's a dog in the background. Anyone?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that.
She got fed.
Yeah. Well, that's what they put the baby parts in.
I knew
now.
Which one? Over 90%.
What are you talking about? I was on mute. I don't know what you're talking
Experiments
about.
with
I didn't say
using
nothing.
fetal tissue and putting them involved animals.
I'm
were
trying
funded
to
by
feed the
Fauci's
dog.
lab.
Do you know where they're getting the aborted human fetal tissue?
A lot of it is happening at colleges and universities that have affiliate.
Dude, the dog is the experiment. The dog is 10 times strong. Do you see the muscles on this dog? It's because I've put stem cells in him. Stem cells, where'd you get them?
Affiliated hospitals that perform that procedure.
All right.
Implant aborted baby parts. Do you know where they're getting the aborted human fetal tissue?
A lot of it is happening at colleges and universities that have affiliated hospitals that perform that procedure.
Madam Chair, I think we need to look into that as well.
Yeah, we need to mark that down. We need to look into that as well. But hey, Trump says these are the folks that are out here doing the bad stuff. I just want to say that interview gets so much worse, but we'd get in trouble. So I just wanted to touch the surface with that happened.
Like how it gets, so
and
much,
it's fact.
I like how you say it gets so much worse, and we just turned it into like a 3-minute bit.
No fun allowed. All right. That being said, it's crazy. I don't know where it went, but I lost a cord. The cord for the other camera is gone, so I got to manually move it. Doug, take us over to the wheel, but it's got to be Will's camera, actually.
Bye.
Bye. All right, folks.
More.
We're doing. Oh, wait. Maybe I should just get rid of Ricky. I got to get rid of Ricky.
Get rid of Ricky.
Ah, Ricky.
Bye, Ricky.
Later, Rick.
All right. That being said, you can hear me? All right. We're doing the Wheel of Topics. Close out the episode. Find yourself featured on the Wheel of Topics. Oh, someone's moving. That's why. Find yourself on the Wheel of Topics. Be featured in our episode. Oh, yes! Yes!
What is it?
Down the wiki hole.
Oh, cool.
All right, this one's fun. Ricky, I'm really glad you're here. Keep it on Will. I got to eye her up. Bingo, baby. All right.
Bingo, and
for the folks that don't know how to play down the wiki hole, this is a stage favorite. Ricky, you got your pad and paper? You ready to play? This one is a fun one. All right.
Who is it?
I thought you could have gotten them.
You never know. You never know. Try next week.
He's like Dean Martin.
All right. See you guys next week. All right. The way we play down the wiki hole, for those of you that haven't played with us in the past, I start at a famous person's wiki page. They could be dead. They could be alive. As you know, if you've ever been on Wikipedia, you click on different pages in the paragraph, right? So I click 5 pages away from that starting person. And I could get really far off the beaten path sometimes. Now, the key is we start 5 pages away. And the group is trying to guess who this person is. And you're trying to help them. You're trying to guess as we play along. Now, each round, the group, each person can either ask a yes or no question or take a guess at who the person is as they try to narrow down who it could be. Now, without further ado, let's dive right in. Down the wiki hole is the game. We're starting with the first wiki slide, which again is 5 slides away. All right. Wiki hole 1. All right. 5 pages away. We're starting with discharge. Hydrology. In hydrology, discharge is the volumetric flow rate of a stream. All right, Will, a yes or no question or a guess?
I absolutely love how the first word's discharge, and I'm going to ask, are they alive?
They are alive.
All right, we got a living body here.
Okay. Are they male or female?
Female.
Okay.
Ooh,
Woman, Rick.
got a female. Are they American?
Proudly. All right, that's our first round. Now we're going to go to the second wiki page.
Hold on. Is that a sarcastic proudly or a serious proudly?
Do you know?
They are proudly American.
Okay, all right.
The next page is Black Sea. This is between Europe and Asia.
Thank you. That was going to be my question.
Yep.
Turkey controls the Black Sea, by the way.
So proudly American.
Female.
Will ask if they're a politician.
I guess I'll go something easy like that. I was trying to think if maybe they went off of Ricky's question. Let me ask first question. Ricky.
Wait. Are they a congressperson? Like, make it not because politicians.
Politician first, and then we can go.
Are they a politician?
Presently, they are striving to be a politician.
Okay.
Douglas H. Slikey, ask a yes or no question or take a guess.
Will, if I asked about is this person a celebrity, do you think that would help? Like famous or not?
I mean,
wait, trying to be a politician.
Sounds like whoever it is running for some form of government.
Should we ask, have they held a seat in politics before?
Oh, no, never mind.
Because
have they ever run for an office before?
They have, and I'll give you an extra bonus assistance.
Okay.
They have not won.
So they didn't run just for one seat, one office.
No, they haven't won.
They ran, but didn't.
Oh, they haven't won. Okay.
So now we're coming over to Ricky. You can ask a yes or no question or take a guess.
Is this person a type of celebrity or influencer?
They are the highest level of celebrity, no matter what chapter in their life they were in. I guess besides their youth, it's not like they were a child star.
I got a question.
Well, before you get there, now we're going into our third round. We're 2 pages away from the person. All right. We're getting to Greek language.
Are they running in the South?
Not what we would acknowledge as the American South, but geographically, they're on the southern half of America, I think.
Okay. All right.
But you wouldn't say they're southern.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Douglas, yes or no question or take a guess?
I'd say ask if it's east or west. side of the hemisphere.
East or west? What though, Will?
East or west of the eastern.
Yeah, see,
America.
like he said
East-
south,
yeah,
but not what we would consider south. So
Right, but like
we-
it's like the south on the eastern side or south on the western side.
well,
Southeast or
well,
southwest.
that's hard. Like, are we talking middle south of America, East Coast south, or west?
But no matter
Coast
what,
south?
you're dividing in the middle. It'll be east-west.
Right.
All right. Are they western south?
Right.
Yes.
Western. Okay, so Texas. Okay.
Yes.
So southwest. Okay. Southwest
Ricky,
region.
we're looking at you. A yes or no question or a guess.
Southwest region. Greek language. Black Sea discharge. Female. Alive. Influence. Celebrity. Fuck. This is a good one. All right. My famous question. Are they black?
I'm sure they may have been filled by it, but they aren't it.
Bruh, So they're not black. Okay, they just got black in them.
All right.
Hold on. They might. I actually don't know. So like if it's somebody you might be thinking of that we definitely know, I'm saying we don't know. All right, getting to our last hint here, our last page before the person is revealed. Decathlon. So, Will, a yes or no question or a guess?
I just want to do a guess because I just want to know if it is. Is it Kamala Harris?
No.
Oh, I was thinking that. Oh my god.
No.
When you said,
Because she's had 10 different.
no, but when you said your last answer to it, I was like, okay. Did she fake saying she was?
Hey, you never know. Anyway, Decathlon.
Guys, I need some help. This
It's
one
not
I don't
Kamala.
really know.
So Southwest. I'd like nobody's popping in
Will,
my head.
anything?
Let's see. And they got filled with a lot of blacks, but they're not black. You know.
Wait.
Black
I
is not
never
black.
said they have. I said they might have. Okay, we don't know.
Allegedly, you know.
I don't even know. Like,
Okay.
Ask if they were. It's female. Ask if they were an Olympic athlete.
I was just thinking about going there, asking about that. So, okay, we'll do that then. Was this person, should I say Olympic or just athlete?
No, Olympic.
Olympic athlete.
as he's looking at an Olympic wiki screen.
Well, anyone can do, no, anyone can do a decathlon.
No, ask if they're an Olympic athlete, Doug.
I
Please.
did. I just said that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's Caitlyn Jenner. Say it's Caitlyn Jenner.
Is it Caitlyn Jenner?
Well, was it Caitlyn Jenner?
Good shit. Will.
Got it.
That explains your female, like the things you were saying. You were like, I think so. Or they were. Like,
I'm sure he's been filled by him.
The one that confused me was the Ricky's question if they were black, and you were like, oh, maybe. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe Kamala. And then I saw the Decathlon. I was like,
Caitlyn's not.
I just want to guess Kamala. And then all of a sudden I was like, all right, let's think Olympic.
Bruce Jenner.
Well, and when Doug started the thing off with, is it a guy or a girl or whatever? I wanted to be like, started off.
That would have gotten it right.
Wasn't
away.
like it all the way, but exactly.
But I forgot.
Bro.
Or no, I
This-
almost said presently.
That's
is a
unfair.
woman.
Well, when
That's
I asked
unfair.
that, you said
Because-
something like they identify. You said something that was like, that's kind of a weird answer.
What were you gonna say, Ricky?
Oh, that's how you answered it? Because I'm like, bro, that's a man, bro. Come on now.
Ricky's we got one of us. Well, hey, I think the wheel of topics really delivered. That was a fun one. I've been sitting on that.
It was funny. I feel like the questions we asked beforehand, if you got the decathlon, it would have gone to Olympic then regardless. Because I was thinking like, all right, geographically, let's try and pinpoint who this person could be. And then I saw decathlon. I was like, I don't want to ask because I really just wanted to say Kamala Harris, but I was like, let's pigeonhole this with Olympic really quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, I like closing out the episode with a good time, and the guys came out victorious again. You guys have been on a roll the last few, so I got to tell you, you're catching a rhythm.
No,
Doug's finally asking questions.
I
So
thought you got us on the last one. I thought the last one you got us.
Okay, you might be right on
What's
that.
funny
Was
though,
it Bob
is
Marley?
it started off as an individual challenge, and we turned it into a team game.
Yeah,
But you
facts.
need to play off each other.
No, but you wanted
Yeah.
it to be individual.
Well, sure, somebody's the winner. It's Will. Will's the winner.
No,
But you all work together.
we are the winner.
Well,
The
no,
house
actually,
loses.
Ricky's the winner. He asked it. So
No,
That's
we
right,
are
no,
the
Will-
winner.
Ricky's the winner. Will volleyed it to him.
We are the winner. The house
That's
loses.
right.
Directly.
The house loses. The Rethink Tank loses. Doggone it. That being said, Ricky, tell the folks where they can find the real winners.
Hey, Just Another Day TV, anywhere, everywhere. Hey, and we're coming back to your mama's underwear.
Hey, with that too. Yeah, and make sure to catch Ricky and I on Just Another Day TV this Thursday. We're back with the Stone and the Scholar show. We've got that show's been a great time, so don't miss the fun show we've been doing on Ricky's channel. That being said, guys, between this show, our Sunday reaction show, wake up, have a cup of coffee with us, like Sunday morning cartoons, have some laughs and a break from the social and political chaos. Between that show, our podcast, the flagship Rethink Tank podcast show, this, the live show, and everything else, you can find it in one central place, and it's all at our website at www.rethinktankpodcast.com. I know we played down the wiki hole, but if you wanted to find yourself featured in the show, like all the folks that were in the comments, I know Gladiator has been there before. We've had him submit topics. If you want to find yourself featured on the Wheel of Topics, just head on over to that website, join the Neuro Gym. It's free, and it's a great place for us to connect and correspond with each other and be a part of the Rethink Tank. But drop some ideas on that page so we can get you on the Wheel of Topics. But with that being said, if we made you laugh, if we made you think, the best thing you could do to support this show is hit that like button and be sure to share and hit that subscription and notification bell, because we're here each week, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you don't want to miss us because we don't miss you. We're here each week, so make sure you hit those notification bells and everything else so you catch us. But otherwise, guys, we appreciate you joining us, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.